The assassination of President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, in Dallas, Texas, remains one of the most controversial and hotly debated events in modern history. While the official narrative, as concluded by the Warren Commission, is that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in killing Kennedy, many Americans and scholars believe there was a deliberate cover-up by government agencies. This belief stems from numerous inconsistencies, suppressed evidence, and the behavior of institutions like the CIA, FBI, and others during the investigation, the official account and its flaws. The Warren Commission, established by President Lyndon B. Johnson, concluded in 1964 that Oswald fired 3 shots from the Texas School Book Depository, killing Kennedy and injuring Texas Governor John Connally. However, critics argue that the report left key questions unanswered. The single bullet theory, which posits that one bullet caused multiple injuries to Kennedy and Connally, is particularly contentious, with skeptics dubbing it implausible. The Commission's failure to adequately address witness testimonies, the lack of transparency in evidence handling, and its refusal to explore alternative theories raised suspicion. Many believe these omissions were not due to incompetence, but deliberate attempts to conceal the truth, evidence of a cover-up, suppression and destruction of evidence. The Zapruder film, a key piece of evidence, was withheld from the public for years. Kennedy's autopsy was marred by irregularities, with missing photographs and conflicting reports from medical professionals. Oswald's assassination by Jack Ruby, 2 days after Kennedy's death, eliminated a critical witness, fueling theories that he was silenced to prevent revelations to CIA involvement. Declassified documents reveal that the CIA withheld information from the Warren Commission. Oswald was under surveillance before the assassination due to his ties with pro-Castro groups and a mysterious trip to Mexico City, where he reportedly visited the Soviet and Cuban embassies. Critics argue the CIA's reluctance to disclose its covert operations in Cuba, such as the failed Bay of Pigs invasion and plots to assassinate Fidel Castro, may have led the agency to obstruct investigations' FBI complicity. The FBI, tasked with initial investigations, failed to share key findings with the Commission. FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover was allegedly more interested in confirming Oswald's guilt to reassure the public than pursuing alternative leads. Internal memos suggest a deliberate effort to close the case quickly. The role of Lyndon B. Johnson. Johnson pushed for the creation of the Warren Commission, ostensibly to prevent a war, by quelling speculation of a Soviet or Cuban plot. Some theorists suggest his urgency masked a deeper agenda to cover up U.S. government complicity. The House Select Committee on Assassinations, HSCA, in 1979, the HSCA reopened the investigation, concluding there was likely a conspiracy and suggesting Kennedy was probably killed as a result of multiple gunmen. This directly contradicted the lone gunman theory, but failed to identify the culprit's motives for a cover-up. Theories about the reasons behind a cover-up range from protecting intelligence operations to avoiding geopolitical tensions. Some believe Kennedy's policies alienated powerful factions. The military-industrial complex. Kennedy's moves to de-escalate U.S. involvement in Vietnam and his critique of covert operations threatened vested interests. Organized crime. Kennedy's administration targeted the mafia, despite alleged links between mob figures and his campaign. CIA retaliation. Kennedy's dissatisfaction with the CIA, especially after the Bay of Pigs fiasco, may have created internal enemies, persistent questions. Key unresolved issues fuel beliefs in a cover-up. Why were critical documents related to the assassination classified for decades? Why were witnesses, including police officers and bystanders, ignored or discredited when their accounts contradicted the official story? How did Oswald, a monitored and previously arrested individual, execute such an act without assistance, cultural impact? The JFK assassination and subsequent cover-up theories have become a cultural phenomenon, inspiring books, films, and endless debates. The secrecy and contradictions surrounding the event have left many Americans distrustful of their government, fostering a climate where conspiracy theories thrive. Conclusion. The belief in a cover-up surrounding JFK's assassination reflects deep skepticism about the U.S. government's transparency, While definitive proof remains elusive, the numerous inconsistencies, suppressed evidence, and behavior of intelligence agencies suggest that more than one man may have been involved until all documents are fully disclosed and investigated.